Hello once again everybody, it's Friday, which means it's time for free play. This is Pneuma. It is actually a rather good game. Takes a little while to load each level, but you'll see why. This game is really beautiful. It's amazingly gorgeous. It's just one where you wander around and you solve puzzles to progress. It's...
In the beginning? Me! I'm awake! I'm alive! I can feel it!
Yay, congratulations, buddy. Welcome to the world. So, yes, I do like this game. One, because it's calm, it's relaxing. Two of the puzzles. So, some of them are quite tricky if you don't know what you're doing. I have played this about 3 or 4 times now, so I know how to do the puzzles.
And there was! Oh! Wow! Oh, I must be God! I can move! I can talk! I can walk! I hover to and fro above the infinite surface. Plain as it is.
And yes, for those of you who have ever studied computer graphics, you will notice a lot of references. A lot of references to concepts and terminology, which is kind of funny. Because I did study it quite briefly at university.
I need a direction. I need a destination. An end to my beginning. An omega to my alpha.
So yes, this game is a very, very easy 1000 gamer score. It really is. I mean, each chapter is 100 gamer score, and then there are 2 more achievements. Actually, should we have a look? It's not here, is it? Yeah. Let's have a quick look at the achievements. I could have snapped it. I prefer the full screen version of achievements rather than the snapped one. But anyway, yeah, let's have a look. So yes, easy 1000 gamer score. So there are 3. Yes. There are 3 main puzzles, which give you 50 gamer score. So there's soul, spirit, and body down there. And then these 100 gamer score ones are just for completing the chapters, just for doing the chapters, and 4, 3, 2, and then 1, and then the prologue. So yeah, 100 game score just for each chapter, which is amazing, and then 150 for completing the game itself, just to round it off. Oh, come on. Oh, how do we do this now? I bloody hate snapping. Unsnap, thank you. I bloody hate snapping. I'm sorry, lots of people love it. Being able to do more than one thing at once, but it's like, well, I prefer the thing. So, no.
Can't do that. Note to self, cannot walk through walls.
I do quite like the
A button! Push the button. Escape the box.
I do quite like the dialogue in this. It's really quite funny. No, you don't.
Something to spruce the place up a bit.
Look at this place.
Heavenly. Something to reflect my wealth.
Look at this place.
Grand. It needs colour. Gold. Lots of gold. To reflect my immense wealth.
Yes, it does. And here it is.
Also to reflect my love of reflective metals. Whoa.
Gold and marble. It's brilliant.
That's the right kind of place for a god to live.
It is. It looks amazing.
If I bend my figurative knees and jump, the world moves downwards, away from me, the centre of my own little universe. I translate the world as if it were mine. Well, which it is.
Yes, that's computer graphics reference.
Another wall? I must continue to progress, in spite of this challenge to my authority.
Up a bit, there we go. Okay, that top step was a little bit too high for me to...
approaches me. I am literally the center of the universe. As
It's all a matter of
turn, the
perspective,
world
my
rotates
friend.
around me. I am pivotal. I bring a new meaning to self-centered. You know, what with being the center of all things. As an artist, I need to define my influences. Who are my influences? Well, myself.
Now, these paintings are a little bit creepy because all the faces are blurred.
Myself.
Even these ones. I mean, they're old paintings. Why do you need to blur the faces? I don't know. Stylistic choice, perhaps? I don't know.
Matched. Perfectly. Now I can relax. Thinking time is over.
So, this is the end of the prologue. If you were new to the game, that would be 100 gamer score. Right there. Dead easy.
Lead me, path.
So here we go,
Lead me
chapter
to my
1.
Destination.
So I just love the design of this. It's all sort of ancient Greek or Roman. You know, that sort of era.
Onwards. A passing gate is a sign of progress along my path. I must admit that I rather enjoy the progress.
Yes,
However, it
indeed.
seems I am met with a new challenge at every turn. These challenges require knowledge.
Shut
Slightly
up,
worrying.
dude.
As a god, I consider myself all-knowing. Why is it I must stop and think? Knowledge is obscured from me. All these eyes watching makes me a bit uneasy. Not a fan of onlookers, to be honest. That which I can see exists.
Yes. Yes, indeed. There is a fair amount of philosophy in this game. So these things are quite a large game mechanic. They're essentially switches that are operated when you look at them. So I'm not looking at it now. And so the gate closes. And it opens. So there we go, we can just dash through. Same thing around here.
Brilliant. Something to
But
rest
you've
my
got twos,
figurative
you
head
have
upon
to see
while that
both of them.
adventure is walking. But I must be honest with myself. As a god, I feel no real need to rest. Don't know why I made a bench. Doesn't really make sense. Maybe I should rest as an
This
example
place
to
is just so
others.
beautiful.
No, there are no others. Don't understand why I
mean,
filled
look at
all
it.
these pots either.
Wonderfully sunny.
Maybe
Oh,
I should
yes,
make
that
lemonade,
thing in the
but
sky,
invent lemons first, a few other
that's
things
one of
too.
the
Time to
3
start a
main
list of
puzzles
inventions. Lemons, a lemon press, sugar, the abstract concept
that
of
you can
sweetness, a
actually
tongue. I
miss.
definitely need a tongue, but I need a body first. Legs, I want legs, then I can have footsteps to accompany my walking. I find myself awfully ethereal currently, even for a god. A door that opens only when watched.
Yes,
Yet
indeed.
more evidence of my centrality to this narrative. It makes me wonder what is in the next room before I enter.
Let's wait for him to
Is it
finish his
anything? Is it
waffling,
simulated?
shall
Is
we?
it cold because my mind does not have the power to imagine the whole world at one instant? Oh, for the sake of sanity, I choose to believe the world around the corner exists.
Yes, and in computer graphics, anything that's not on screen isn't even rendered. So, yeah, these 3 main puzzles you don't actually have to solve in order to finish the game. But they are slightly harder than the others. So we go down here. More paintings. Now, certain paintings play a role in one of the other, in one of the 3 main puzzles. It's the one at the end, and it is pretty much the most annoying one because you've got to keep going back and forth throughout the
There
game.
it is. Hide
Thankfully,
it.
there is a
I'm
chapter
afraid not
select
even you could escape my powers of observation.
to run through. And so this over here is the first one of these paintings that you encounter. As you can see, it's labelled number 2. So it's the second one you have to look at. It's the second one you have to look at. The first one you have to look at is all the way back in chapter 6. So yeah, you've got to play it all the way through. Then you've got to start this chapter to get number 2. And then go and find the chapter with the third painting in. So there's the eye.
I should write my own book.
So when you
A
pull
book
it
set apart
out,
from the rest. I wouldn't know what to call it. Autobiography, maybe. A brief history of life. Pneuma presents himself in Pneuma. Critics have called it the best book ever written.
over
Winner
here,
of every writing prize
so we
for
can open the
writing.
door,
The hallway called it the best
and then
book
walk
since
through.
records began. A small bench said it was a
And it
record
closes
record of
behind
historical
us.
records. Oh, I don't know what kind of book I would write if I didn't write an autobiography.
The trouble is, of course,
Maybe,
he
a piece
waffles.
of fiction.
This
could tell
dude
stories
does
of
waffle
magical
quite a
doors that
lot.
only open when watched. Maybe stories about a little wooden boy come to life. Maybe I'd write science books. As the creator of the universe, I could easily write an exhaustive science textbook. I mean, if I got something wrong, I could just change the rules of the universe to match the book. I could keep changing the laws of the universe and write new revisions. I could write every book on the face of the universe. There's still every book to write, and forever to write it in.
You finished now, mate? Thank you. Just look at this place. It's lovely. Look at the shine on the marble. As I've said before, I do appreciate the effort that goes into graphics in games. So we raise that up a bit so we can see it through the pillars. Should be enough. Might be a bit too much, actually. Yeah, probably. So that's open. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's too high. You can hear the door creaking behind me. So that should be about right. There we are. Door open. And door closed. It's dark. Oh look! It's the end of another chapter. That's another 100 gamer score. Thank you very much. And here we are.
Where did all this marble come
Look
from?
at this place. It's
Because
beautiful.
It's just here. I guess as God, I made it. I can't remember ever making any of this, though. Marble requires great heat, pressure, and time to form. So how did I make it? Did I just pop it into existence? I guess I could do that. Or did I have it in another universe cooking for a couple of million years? Both are reasonable. Maybe both. Changing it up. I need to work on my memory.
So, yes. So, you see that up there? That's another
This,
puzzle.
The world
Oh, for the
bends
love of
to
God,
my
mate.
will.
Shut up.
More evidence of my deity, the immense power of my mind. Bow
Who are you
before my
talking
humble
to?
brow, for I can move things with just a glance. Fear my gaze, lest I move you around.
So we can look at it and then move it back and forward just by moving back and forward. So this thing up here, this light, this is one of the first of the three main puzzles. You have to turn them all on. But every time you look at it, they go on and off. So that's on. So we can look away from it now, and as long as we don't glance at it again, it will stay on. So is this one of them? I believe it might be. Yes, it is. So as long as we don't see that one again. And yeah, that's the same. So that's on. So yes, we'll end up going through here. You see there's a little torch symbol up there. So I believe there are 5. So we've got 3. And we're going to not look back. I don't believe there's ones down here. No.
What a polite door.
It's
Opening
that
itself
one,
on my approach.
which is
The
fine.
right way to treat your god door. I shall give you great treasures for your compliance.
Make sure it's on. Right, see, you can see in the reflections. Right, it's on.
This door.
So these ones
like a
don't
knife-edged
change.
door. You can see its proud look as it attempts to thwart me. Why can't you be more like
So
that
we need
other
to
door?
lift it
That
up
other door had respect.
and turn sideways so we don't look at the door.
I have bested you, door.
There's another one round here somewhere, isn't there? I believe it's that one. Is it? Yes, it is. So there we go, that's on. So we look down. Oh, no, that one's on. They were all on when we looked away from them, right? There we go. It's open. The door is open. You see it's weird because when you look at it, it moves. So we kind of need to jump and then look at it. There we go. That worked. go. So, blue lights. So, here we go. That is the first puzzle. We solved it. We solved it. Right. So that's how you do the first puzzle. I'm not entirely sure which one that one's called. Could be spirit or body or something like that. But that's that one. I'll do them as we go. The painting one I'll have to come back to. But that's fine, we can do that. So, back a bit, open.
I shall walk through this door with head held high.
No, I shall look at the floor, thank you. So that's this door now.
Are you not moved? Rotate about me, bridge. Bow to my rotational power. I wonder if this is normal. Moving things with your mind. It must
There's
be.
the things. We look at it to move it,
and
then we look away,
normal is the norm,
and it
it's the only
stays
thing I must be normal.
in place. So over here,
I am mighty. I rather enjoy moving heavy marble with my mind. It would be a tough job to move this marble by hand, to be honest.
so that there is number 4.
Our hands.
And as you can see, when you look at it, it goes dark. I mean, you've got to do it in the right order, otherwise things don't count. But I'm just pointing them out. Partly for you, partly for me, because I've completely forgotten
Bridges with my
which
mind.
one is where.
I wonder if I could move them to laughter or tears. They seem to be quite emotionally dead.
Yeah,
But
it's
with
because
enough
they're
anthropomorphism,
just
I'm sure they would
bridges.
lighten up. Thank you,
Let's
bridges, for
move
bringing things
that
together.
one round.
I wonder if these bridges deserve my thanks. If they're my creation, is to thank them to thank myself. Well,
So
thank
around
me
here.
for my excellence.
There's the thing, so we sort of push it around. See, some of these puzzles aren't immediately obvious. I must admit that the first time I played this game, it did take me quite a while. Around here we go. Through here now. Is this the big spinny room? Oh no, it's not, is it? It's the one with the spinny platforms. No, it's not. It's the one with the bridge.
This
So what you
world
need to do
seems counterintuitive. Not
is you need to go
entirely
down
sure what's going on.
while
I
looking
seem to
at
be
it
playing a
in order
series
to
of
lift the
practical
bridge.
jokes on myself. Who constructs a world like this? A world that attempts to confound me at every turn. Why did I make such a world?
So there we go. So
Makes
if we
me
look at
feel
it and
smart,
go
I
up,
guess.
it'll go down.
How
Which
gratuitously
isn't what we want.
self-indulgent.
So you don't look at it. It's very easy. Make sure you look at that thing. And go through there. Look at all these mirrors. Do we go through here? Oh yes, these are the rotational platforms. You see, they rotate when you rotate. And when you're looking at the thingy, of course. So, whoosh,
The world turns about
Look
my
at it.
pivot.
and
Is
spin.
it that the world turns around me, or that I turn around the world? If it's
These
just
are
matrix
very
multiplication,
sensitive.
then the question is redundant, I'm sure.
Ah.
Cos theta minus sine theta, sine
Matrix
theta, cos theta.
multiplication, yes.
My
Thank you
conscious
very much,
perspective
mate.
makes it an incontrovertible fact
I didn't
that
necessarily
I am the
need
centre
to
of
be
the
reminded
universe.
of that. Thank you very much. A source of much headaches in university. There we go. Job done. Where are we going? Oh yeah, spinny room. Spinny room. So you
As
see
a
there's a little
god, I
arch
can
through
turn
there.
any situation to my advantage.
And
The
obviously
rules
that's the
of
doorway.
universe are mine to write, though they are rather conventional at the moment.
Do. So that should be round. Almost right. Almost right. There we go, that'll do. And that's the end of that chapter. Awesome, isn't it?